This rose here is a very traditional hybrid tea and grows that way. Now I'm going to show you how to prune this in what's called the traditional method of pruning. Now to understand that traditional method of pruning, know why it came about. It came about to develop long stem cut flower roses, either for the greenhouse industry that you see at Valentine's Day, for example, or for exhibition. So if you're looking for long stem cut flowers to bring into your house, then this is how you want to prune your roses. This is the way that's conventionally taught, but it doesn't work for all roses. So again, the rose tells you how to prune it, and what you want out of the rose in your own personal garden also tells you how to prune it. So for long stem cut flowers, this is how you're going to do it. This rose, like the shrub rose, also puts up its growth from the base of the plant. That again traces it back to those old European roses. And that's how almost all hybrid teas are going to grow. Floribunda's, iceberg being one of the more famous ones, really does more of a shrub type shape, so you'll prune it more of a shrub. Now I've got a couple of choices with this plant. I could prune it like I did the shrub, leaving it tall and kind of that mushroom cap shape. And if I want lots of flowers, then that's going to be the way to do it, and that's going to give me the best display for the garden. But if I want long stem cut flowers to bring into the house and put in the vase and perfume the room, then I'm going to prune this the traditional way that we've been taught to prune hybrid teas. Now that way works beautifully to give you those long stem cut flowers. That's what it was developed for. There is no point in improving on it because it is really perfection. And that basically starts this way. We're going to pick a height. 18 to 24 inches generally gives you that sort of size. So I'm going to be right in about here. In this case, I am going to look for an outward facing bud eye. Why? Because I have long stem flowers. I want them free from the middle, and I want them free from bumping into each other and bruising and damaging the stems, or possibly even clipping the heads off. Because the other thing that happens with this way, I get less flowers, but the blooms that I get are bigger, which again, for that cut flower, is what you really, really want. So we'll start by looking for those outward eyes. I think we need to talk a little bit about what a bud eye is. A bud eye can be seen right here. You see this little bit of growth coming out and this swelling coming up? There's almost like a slight half circle underneath an eye. That's where the new growth comes from on a rose. Now what we mean by outward facing bud eyes are eyes that face away from the center of the plant. They face out, like this one for example. The center of the plant's in this direction, so if this eye was on this side, that would be an inward facing bud eye. So again, a bud eye is swelling on the cane. That's where your new growth comes from, and that's all it is. First thing I'm going to do is go find that outward facing eye. I've got one right here. I'm going to cut here. I've got an outward facing eye here, and you can see how low I'm cutting. I'm cutting down to almost 18 inches high. Now this is coming into the middle. In this case, I am going to take it out. I'm looking for a candelabra shape. Back here, I don't have an eye till up to here, so I'll make that cut, and I'll get an eye coming out of there. The other nice thing to know about bud eyes is there's actually 3 of them. There's an eye in the middle, then there's 2 guard eyes on either side. So if I have a piece of growth that's already come up like this, I only have 1 eye out, I've got 2 more eyes waiting to come. Knowing that is a great way to be able to take advantage of pruning the rose. And that's what I've got here. I know I can get more eyes there. Now in this case, I've got an eye right here. I've got an eye right there. I'll go ahead and leave this one in the middle because it's fairly clear. And that is about all I'm going to do with this other than remove some dead wood. That takes out the dead wood. I'm pretty much finished with this. The only thing I see left as I got down into the plant was this old cane here that's got a lot of bark on it, wooded over. It's already sprung from many of its eyes in a lot of different places. I'm going to go ahead and take it out here and leave on this fresh piece here. That's just going to clean it up. And again, this also is going to encourage, you can tell it was an old cane. This is also going to encourage new growth from the base to start to replace some of those other canes. So yeah, that last cane was the only one I'm going to take out. I'm going to leave the rest of them in. So just to wrap up a little bit what we did here. This type of rose pruning works on roses, mainly hybrid teas, that put up new canes from the base, again, the old European influence in their background. And what we do this for is to give us long stem, cut flowers to bring into the house. And there's nothing lovelier than cutting roses on a spring day and bringing them inside. So if you have a cutting garden, and this is what you're looking for, this method of pruning works beautifully.